Welcome to episode 4 of Enchanted by English with me, Sarah Thake, and Becky Glover of Elizabeth Rose Wines. Today we're going to talk about
white wines from red wine grapes.
Super interesting topic. One that is close to my heart. Blanc de Noirs is, one always a favourite for me. Blanc de Blanc, superb. Blanc de Noir, superb. I love them all.
Yes.
I can see why we blend them, but I love them individually as well. So really excited to get into this topic. If you're enjoying watching along and listening along to our show, please do subscribe, like, comment. I know I'm not supposed to list them, but I am. I want more comments. I want people to be telling us what they want to see because we want to respond to that. And not that we're running out of ideas, but it'd be great to see what people really want to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
To be honest.
Yes. Excellent. Okay. Well, before we jump in to white wines from red wine grapes, I thought we'd do a quick bit of wine news.
Love the wine news.
Yes. Still feel like we should have some sort of
intro, I know, wouldn't that be good?
Thing.
I still have Pearl and Dean in my head whenever we talk about
wine news. I still feel like I need to shuffle paper or something.
We can get you paper next time. You can shuffle paper. I don't think they do that anymore though, do they?
No.
Paper shuffling.
2023.
It is really, isn't it?
Okay, so this week's wine news, I've got a few quick fun things. So the Gusbourne head winemaker,
Charlie?
Yeah. He has come out on the record as saying that the 2022 vintage, which obviously everyone is still working on at the moment, because it's too soon for it to obviously be released just yet, might just be the very best vintage yet.
Oh, this excites me.
Yeah, and he said even so up until this point, everyone's saying 2018 is the best vintage.
Yes.
He's boldly come out. Like, his wines aren't even ready yet, but he's come out and he's like, 2022 could be the best year yet.
I like it a lot. When he's saying best, is he talking about ripeness or yield or a bit of both? Are we talking
he did not say.
everything just aligned?
Yeah, everything.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
When I think about last year, I think that as well. And also what really strikes me about last year is when it was harvest time and everyone was like, we're not harvesting yet.
Yeah.
It's nearly October. We've not harvested yet.
Yeah, hold off.
Have they harvested? I don't think so. Yeah. And then all of a sudden everyone was like, go.
Yeah, I know. And it was so beautiful the whole summer. Yeah. And there wasn't any of those sort of deadly late frosts that everyone swears about.
Autumn came and it wasn't too rainy, so they didn't have to worry about the grapes getting a bit too full and watering down the flavour. It was just, it was a bit perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I sent you something during the week, and it said that someone had harvested grapes. I think it was 2021 vintage. Someone had harvested those grapes in November.
Holy moly.
Yeah, but in 2022, the weather was so amazing. Loads of people were harvesting unseasonably early, weren't they?
Because they were just ready.
Yeah, they were just ready and they're like, let's just do this. Or they were taking them on a little bit further to get a bit more of that sugary. Fascinating. So anyway, if anyone wants to start thinking about buying some 2022 vintages, they're probably going to be great to lay down, keep. Yeah, I think good investment piece.
I like it.
If you don't drink it.
Sparkling or Pinot Noir or both?
Oh, I think it's going to be very strong. Obviously, you wouldn't necessarily age some rosés and some Bacchus, the fruitier vibes, quite as much. But I think, your sparklings, your fuller bodied stuff that can do with a bit of age, I think it's going to work really well.
I love it. Good top tip there.
Yeah. So also, next bit of wine news, the Times newspaper has said that Kent is one of the coolest counties. I have a bit of an issue with the word cool because...
Oh, hang on. What are we saying about cool here?
Cool as in oh, you're so cool. Hip.
Yeah.
And specifically stating the wine and vineyard sort of scene as why it's so cool.
Kent.
Now. Kent.
I mean, it's not the first to come to mind.
No. But it's great. I think it's great for these vineyards for a tourism side. If you're in Scotland and you think you want a sort of more of a staycation-y thing, people are going to come down for the wine sort of
and the cool
industry,
vibes.
Super cool. Okay, Oastbrook, who are down in Sussex.
Love Oastbrook.
I recently saw they're now taking bookings for glamping in summer, and I've seen it. It does look pretty glam. It's like those bell tents.
Whereabouts is that then? Because we've been. Can you place it on the site?
Just near. Oh, I see. On the actual site, we went to the Vineyard itself. No, it just looked like it was in a field.
I mean, they had a lot of space. She was still working on the wedding place last time we went, wasn't she?
Yeah, so they now do obviously all of the wines, but they then have a hobbit house you can stay in. Obviously, there's glamping, and you can get married there, have an amazing wedding there. And she is the best host, so
you have to meet America. If you ever have the opportunity, she is a wonderful, wonderful woman.
Love her. So I thought, get booking now. And then my last little bit of wine news. There is a new English wine book coming out.
Oh, I might have seen this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what is it?
It is called Vines in a Cold Climate, the people behind the English wine revolution.
I don't think I have seen it.
So it's by Henry Jeffreys.
I feel like we should be in the book, though.
I know. Well, I was going to say, if Henry Jeffreys or the publisher would like to send us a copy to review and talk about.
Oh, no. Please see my little collection of wine books. I'm obsessed.
We love a book.
Love a wine book.
So, yeah, it's coming out in August.
Okay, wonderful.
Basically, it's all about, so their sort of tagline is saying it's charting the dramatic transformation of the English wine industry over the last 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it sounds really good.
Yes.
So, yeah, August that comes out, so you'll be able to pre-order soon.
August, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
My wine news complete. You're up to date with my wine news now. Anyway, what have you got?
I haven't really got any news, but I did want to mention important dates for everybody's diary. This week, it's already been and gone, but it was International or National Pizza Day.
Yeah. Oh, I love a pizza.
Love a pizza.
And there are loads of vineyards that do like pizza night. Artillium, popping straight to my head.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Pizza and wine, it's a wonderful combination if you can get the pairing right. And we have got a blog on it.
We have.
Maybe I'll link it in the show notes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Now I sound like I know what I'm talking about. I actually don't know how to do that, but I'll figure it out. I'll Google.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually we wrote a blog a couple of years ago for International Pizza Day.
Yeah.
Wine pairings. I did margarita, Hawaiian, mushroom, chicken, and
something spicy, I think, wasn't it?
Pepperoni.
Yeah. Right, so tell me, pepperoni is my favourite. What should I be drinking with pepperoni?
Martin's Lane Pinot Gris. Because pepperoni is a really fatty meat. So you're going to need something that's going to sort of match that. So I've gone for Martin's Lane Pinot Gris because it's kind of like, it's got a bit of sweetness to it to offset the spicy. And also it's ever so slightly oily in texture. So that'll match it really well.
I really want a pizza now.
Yeah. Do you know any others?
Do I know any others?
No, what are any other pizza pairings?
Oh.
I think I might have them all off the top of my head.
Margarita.
You're going to want Wimberry Signature.
Ooh,
because it's a good cheese pairing.
Yes. So long as your margarita pizza is cheesy. Well, quattro formaggi then.
However.
As well, 4 cheese pizza.
Do you know what? I'm going to change it. I haven't changed it yet, but I'm going to change it.
Changed.
Yeah, right now.
Done.
I'm going to say 4 cheese pizza Wimberry Signature and margarita. One of my favourite dinner out restaurant memories ever.
Yeah.
Starter, 6 oysters, champagne.
Perfect, obviously.
Main course, margarita pizza. Just keep the champagne coming. And it was like the best thing ever. One of my favourite meals of all time.
I never order a margarita pizza, so I'm just not in that vibe.
It was joyful. It really was. Somewhere in Manchester, I can't remember where.
Well, it obviously worked.
Yeah, so that's International Pizza Day, unless you want any more pizza pairings.
Nope,
okay,
I'm not going
to go to the blog. Next, obviously Valentine's Day is now this week, so you're probably too late to order your wines, but we will have our special offer on until the 14th. So if you do just fancy getting some bargain sparklings,
and people have been ordering
yes,
a lot of sparkling. I think just picking it up whilst it's on offer. It's something that I would definitely do.
Yes. It is good. It is a good
In
idea.
the fridge or in the pantry until you're ready.
Yeah, I think some of them, since we were talking last year, they just are such ridiculously good value. I can't stop thinking about how good value they are ever since we spoke about it.
Yeah. So if you haven't already listened, you should listen back to last week's episode, which was all about champagne and English sparkling wine and why
English sparkling is ridiculously good value.
Yeah, to conclude. Why is there this difference? And some people will only drink champagne. They think it's like the sort of premier side of it. But we went through everything, and we can tell you the conclusion is drink English sparkling wine because it's better for your pocket and it's better for your heart.
Oh, that's a lovely little summary.
Just made it up right now.
I approve of that. My third date for your diary is Mother's Day.
Oh, yes.
It's next month.
It's going to come around quite quickly, isn't it?
The 19th. I think what we're going to do is maybe something rosé, maybe a little rosé case, 2 or 3. Yeah. 2 or 3 rosés on special offer. I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas. If you want anything else, we'll do it. It's fine. We all love our mums. And I thought pink because mums pink.
Why not?
Female sexism.
Horrible avenue we're going down now.
Anyway.
That's it.
Oh no, that's all my days. That's all my days. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm really excited to go into this now. White wines from red wine grapes, because selfishly I love them. Love this wine that we're going to talk about today, which is the Martin's Lane Pinot Noir, Blanc de Noirs, they call it. But for those of you that are just listening on Spotify, this is a still wine. So it's a 2018 vintage, and it comes from the Crouch Valley in Essex. For those of you that aren't from around where we're around from, that is just near Chelmsford, so south-ish of Essex. So what we're going to do is decant some and drink some from the glass too.
From the bottle.
Not from the bottle. We're going to pour it into a glass.
Sorry. I meant okay. I'll let you
carry. Because those of you that have listened to episode 2 of the podcast where we decanted sparkling wine, you'll know that we're now obsessed with this.
I feel like I should get more glasses out.
Okay, get another glass then, yeah. So I'm going to do a little bit in the decanter. Sarah's going to grab some more glasses, and then we're just going to double check we understand the difference of what this decanter is going to give us versus the glass. So I've done about half in the decanter. We can have a little
I'm going to polish these up
of this now.
Oh, look at the colour.
It's Saturday and it's like mid-afternoon, and I've been really busy all morning. And do you know when you just feel like you deserve a glass of wine?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I am right now. Okay, so immediately then, the colour is different in the decanter and in the glass. So I think we had this last time with the English sparkling wine.
More golden, didn't it?
In the decanter, which is exactly what we're having here.
Yeah.
In the glass. Ooh. It's like a beautiful light gold colour.
Yeah,
but
maybe like a hint of pink.
Yeah. Oh, it smells really good too. So in the glass now, this is, it's like buttery and
isn't it?
Stone fruits. And
the colour is just blowing my mind.
Oh,
it's like pure gold, liquid gold.
It's one of those ones I just want to smell all the time. I'm getting like nutty goodness. This is right up my street.
It's definitely got some oakum involvement. Does it? Does it not?
No.
Oh, it doesn't. Sorry.
No, well, not that I'm aware of. Not that they've publicised.
Okay,
anyway.
fair enough.
So, Martin's Lane, Pinot Noir, Blanc de Noirs. So, beautiful. I just want to smell this again.
It's really lovely to smell.
Are you getting any red fruit?
Oh, okay.
Vibe though?
Yes.
Yeah,
actually. Yeah. But like fresh raspberries.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's not super sweet, is it? I'm not getting like. Sometimes you get like an Eton Mess sugary sweetie.
No,
it's not that. It's as you say, like
I think fresh raspberries for me.
Fresh summer fruit.
Yeah,
which is quite common on these types of wines because obviously these come from red grapes. So you'd be walking through the vineyard and you'd be seeing these grapes hanging off the vine, and it wouldn't look green. It would look reddy, pinky kind of a colour, depending on when you're walking through the vineyard. So how do they get then a white wine from this red wine grape?
Did you say it's Pinot Noir?
Is Pinot Noir? 100% Pinot Noir, yeah. Basically, it's really easy demystifying this. All they do is they put those grapes into the crusher, and that crusher basically squeezes the juice really gently away from the skin and anything else that's sort of gone in there, stems, pips, etc., quite quickly but gently. So red wine and rosé come from the same grape. So Pinot Noir, really well known for red wines in England and rosé wines in England, but then also this delicious white wine. So they get it, the exact same grapes, but if they're making this white wine, they're going to gently squeeze all of that juice away from the skin quite quickly.
So they're removing the skin.
Yes, and that's what gives it the colour. That's what gives it tannin, which is, just to break that word down. So it's
just the juices.
Just the juices, yeah. So the tannins on a red wine will give you that sort of fullness, that, I'm just trying to describe the blooming thing that happens to your tongue, like it like drier, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it dries your mouth out. Yeah, exactly.
Makes you go.
That's a really good way of describing it. Make a little squirrel noise.
Yeah.
That's tannin.
And tannin comes from the skin. It comes from stems. It comes from all that sort of other stuff that you get with grapes on a vine. So yeah, as I say, they get that juice straight away out of all of the skin, etc. But when I'm looking at this, that does look a little bit pinky.
Maybe they left it for like a minute.
A little bit longer, yeah. Anyway, I need to drink this because it smells delicious.
It smells really lovely, actually. I'm trying to...
Close your eyes, though. Could that be a rosé?
Yes.
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 Okay, now close your eyes. Could it be a red? No, not for me.
Yes.
Oh.
For me. Yes, it could.
Yeah, because...
But I think I'm enjoying it more as a white, even though I've not tasted it.
Yeah. Okay, so let's taste. I haven't had this wine in ages. Okay, so immediately I'm getting that acidity, that beautiful brightness, like... So acidity, you'll know it's got acidity because it makes your mouth water a little bit.
Oh, yes, a lot.
And you're like... It's like, that's what makes it moreish. That's what makes you want another sip.
Okay, and actually I'm getting like strawberry, fresh strawberry again, but strawberry on the palate.
Wild strawberries.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And isn't that funny for a white wine to taste of red fruits? But this is exactly what we're talking about, isn't it?
Could you, if you closed your eyes and drank that, could you be fooled into thinking that was a rosé? I think I could.
Yes, probably.
Yeah, but not a red.
No, I don't think so,
No, I think it's got a little bit too much acidity for me to make it a red.
Oh, so good.
I know. Okay, so yeah, getting back to
fresh strawberries and raspberries for me.
Yeah, really. And it's like it's like summertime. It feels like the sun's out. It's fresh, it's vibrant.
Yeah.
But it's still got that complexity and richness and length to it.
I think it's creamy.
So 2018 vintage, as we were saying in the wine news, really good vintage. Oh, it's just delicious. I don't even want to talk. I just want to drink it.
It's really, really long as well.
Yeah.
And so you have a sip and you put your glass down and you're still like, well, looking, oh well, I don't want to be gross, but I'm like tasting it.
It's so nice. Like, it makes you want to stop talking.
Yes, but
so
we must continue.
Yeah, it'd be boring. Like 5 minutes of silence.
5 minutes of us just going,
Okay, so to break it down, to make it really basic, you can have a white wine from a red wine grape, because they'll take that skin off, and that's the colour. They'll drain that juice away, and then they can make that white wine from clear juices.
But
yep.
It's not just the colour, because it's also the tannins that come from it.
Exactly, and that's why why we're kind of going, can you believe that's a rosé? Kind of, yeah. Because rosé, so basically the way that they would make a rosé from this Pinot Noir is they would go, okay, we'll let you have some time with your skin, friends.
Yeah.
But we're not going to let you have a lot of time, because that skin, that'll rub off on you, juicy.
And that's a really good point, actually, about as well the colour of rosés and like trendy colours of rosés, and the fact that a pale Provence rosé is like
dry
so on vogue right now.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like, this is literally all it is, just how long they leave the skins on. Mm-hmm. So it's not that they've got special grapes or anything.
No.
and it's not that darker wines are always going to be not that style as well. People get confused and think that darker rosés are going to be super sweet because they're used to those American ones,
White Zinfandel,
for example. But that's not always the case.
No. So, can you think, so obviously in England, I can think of 3 wines that we stock that are white wines from a red wine grape. Can you think
this one?
This one. So the Martin's Lane Pinot Noir.
Oh, Simpsons Derringstone.
Yes,
Pinot Meunier.
Which is Pinot Meunier. Yeah, and there's one other that we stock, and all of these 3 are in stock. So
and are they different?
Can try them.
Is there another Pinot Noir? Oh, Litmus.
Yes,
White
I was
Pinot.
like, I could tell you that, but that's going to give it away. Yeah. White Pinot.
Ooh.
So all 3.
Oh, and they've all got kind of similar vibes now that we mention it. I mean, it seems like a no-brainer, but now we're talking about it, it's all slotting into place for me.
Okay.
They're all like quite rich.
Yeah. So the grapes that we've just mentioned are Pinot Noir, because Litmus do it and Martin's Lane do it.
Yes.
And Pinot Meunier, Simpsons do it. So can you now think of a sparkling wine?
Yes.
What is it?
I don't know.
Oh, don't jump the gun.
I don't know what the question is. I'm sure the answer is yes.
So can you think of a sparkling wine that has 2 of those grapes?
Noir and Meunier.
But is a white?
Ridgeview Blanc de Noirs? Or is that just Pinot Noir?
That's just Pinot Noir.
Okay.
It might be a trick question. It's a hard question. I know, sorry.
Tell me.
All English sparkling wine made with the same grapes as champagne. The only grape in there that is white is Chardonnay.
Oh, okay. I thought we were just.
Oh, sorry. No, maybe my question was wrong then. But all English sparkling wine, Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, both reds.
Okay.
And Chardonnay, but they're all
so then that
white.
Also shows you the difference that Chardonnay makes.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
So when you think it through, like, actually, it's not that mind-blowing that a Pinot Noir, for example, would actually be a white wine instead of a red wine. Because we have got loads of examples of people putting it into a wine and it's white.
Yeah, and a lot of, well, all the percentages will be different per bottle. Well, not per bottle, but per type of wine.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some will be like 50% Chardonnay, but some will be like 50% Pinot Noir.
Yeah, so some are heavier on the Noir. So, Night Timber, for example, are known for being a little bit heavier on the
heavy.
Chardonnay.
Yes, I know.
But Ridgeview,
the other way around.
Yes, they're more heavy on the Noir.
Interesting.
Yeah, but as you touched on earlier, you can get a sparkling wine that is
a Blanc de Noir,
and it can be pink.
Yes.
Do we know of any Blanc de Noir sparklers that are white? I don't.
Apart from Ridgeview's Blanc de Noir.
Yeah. Usually people make them pink, I think.
Yeah, they've got a Rosé de Noir. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. They would call it a Blanc de Noir, would they not?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't either. Gap in the market, guys.
I think Simpsons do a Blanc de Noir.
That's
white. Oh.
Out, or I'm just thinking what people could actually buy to taste.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Okay, so that's England. Going a little bit further afield, can you think of anything that's a bit more mainstream that other people might have heard of or tasted that's not from England, but it's a white from something that's usually a red.
You're going to blow my mind.
Not really.
Oh, okay.
But thanks for letting that down.
No.
White Rioja.
Oh,
Popular.
Yes,
very But most people think, oh, Rioja. First thing that comes to my mind, red.
Very
not
good
white.
point. Very popular.
Yeah. Also, other things that are popular, and actually I've had quite recently, white Bordeaux. Very yummy. White Côte d'Rône. Very yummy.
So the grapes in those are...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
So a lot of the times, obviously, from French wines, they're blends anyway.
Yes.
But it's just showing that Bordeaux wines aren't always red or Côte d'Rône. Most people know them for that lovely sort of spicy flavours. Yeah, get the white too.
I like it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to change people's thinking and think, okay, just because it says
broaden your
Pinot Noir
horizons.
or Rioja,
yes,
you know, we're not thinking, oh, Rioja, red.
Yeah.
Pinot Noir, oh, red.
Yes.
So, like, let's try and think about these things and experiment.
Oh yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay. Yeah, so we have mentioned both Simpsons Pinot Meunier, which is Derringstone, and the Litmus White Pinot, which is another fave of mine.
And that's got a bit of bottle age now.
Yes. I think that's delicious, like really good.
I'm shocked we've actually still got some in stock.
I know.
TBH.
What is the vintage? 2016?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway.
It's at least 5 years anyway.
Yeah. So we've had a little bit of time of this in the decanter now as we've been talking. Should we try it?
Let's do it alongside. So let's do
bottle
refill.
Let's top up
and
of
then
the
we can
bottle.
do a little...
And I'll do the decanter. I think that's gotten a little bit darker, or am I going mental?
Oh my goodness, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe
I'm mental.
Maybe you're mental.
So Sarah's just topped up the glasses. I'm gonna top up.
It's amazing,
or
isn't it?
pour the decanter one. Okay, and then we're gonna compare. Oh.
So just to like make a point again about how different the colour looks in the decanter. Like, for those who are listening, it's like a pinky gold. Yeah. And in the glass, it's just like a pure gold.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie to you, part of me was like, I've not cleaned that properly. And it's only now that we've poured it and I'm like, okay, no, they do look the same in the glass.
Yeah. You have cleaned it properly.
That I can share that with you. Yeah, part of me was like,
oh wow.
Is that...
Mine smell different.
Okay, which should do.
Yeah, no. I'm not surprised. But I was just like, for a second, I was like, wait, which one's bottle, which one's decanter? With
decanting, you could follow the same rules as for decanting sparkling wines, could you not?
Yep.
It's at least 5 years old.
Yep.
And what are the other rules?
So for sparkling, you would never do it for too long.
Not for too long.
Yeah, because the bubbles, whilst they'll still be there, after about half an hour, they're just gonna become a little bit nothingness.
Oh, it's a vintage. Yes.
Yeah.
Which
you don't do non-vintages because they just don't really benefit from it. They don't have enough anyway. This is a vintage. What were the other rules? What have I missed? Oh, obviously you would never do Prosecco, but this isn't really relevant to this. And yeah, the age of it.
So for me, the one from the bottle is more citrusy.
Okay.
So like a bit brighter, and the other one's a bit richer on the nose.
This is the bottle.
I'll palate it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know whether I'm mental.
What are you saying?
I was expecting to get more on the nose from the decanted wine.
Yes,
but I'm not.
It's not developed it.
No, I don't think it has.
It's slightly different, but I suppose that's what it is. It's opened it up.
Yeah,
it's a bit richer in, I think.
I am just.
If that makes sense. I think
you're completely spot on by saying the one from the bottle is more citrusy, because that's what's jumping out at me
nose.
When I'm sniffing it from the glass.
Yes.
But when I'm sniffing it from the decanter...
Which is interesting, because when we first poured it, we didn't get the citrus.
Yeah.
So it's only once we're comparing it with this one, which is opened up a bit.
Yeah, slightly more mellowed out on that citrus.
So it obviously is a bit more.
Yeah.
But it's only when we do the direct comparison that you notice it.
Okay, let's taste.
So it is worth doing.
Okay. Are you going bottle first?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. bloody delightful. So I'm looking at the time now. We opened the bottle half an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
So, and we decanted it maybe 20, 25 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Oh, what is that flavour? Okay.
Talk to me.
I think I prefer it from the bottle than the decanter.
Interesting.
There's so
is it because
there's less citrus now?
Yeah.
That's mellowed out.
Yes.
And I actually think...
I don't think it needed mellowing.
I don't think so
I think
either.
it's perfect.
Yeah, I think they've got a really good balance there anyway. So then when you maybe take a little bit of citrus out, which is the decanter, it's like, oh, where'd the citrus go? I miss it.
Interesting. Yeah. It's like I said, on the nose, it's brighter, and I think the brightness is nice. You don't want it to mellow down too much.
No. Actually, when it's mellowed a little bit, it's got less.
You've got more of the red wine vibes, have you not?
Yes, you have. That's what it is. But in my brain, I'm like, it's not a red wine, it's white wine. It needs to be brighter.
But you could potentially be convinced.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I could. I know it's not got tannins, but a lot of English reds and Pinot Noirs struggle to get really heavy tannins anyway, so it's never going to be like...
I mean, it's still
tannin heavy.
Delicious.
I'm going to read the bottle, not out loud. I'm just going to read it to myself and report back.
So shall I tell you a little bit more about Martin's Lane?
Yes.
Okay. So Martin's Lane, I mentioned previously, they're in the Crouch Valley, which is Essex, and it's just near, or just outside of Chelmsford. So they have 30 acres planted there. They started off in 2008 getting together a group, like a syndicate of family, friends, people that lived in the sort of local area in the village. And they had right near their house these fields that were super, super sloped, like so steep that normal farm vehicles just didn't really want to bother with them. So they were never really farmed. They were kind of just left. Nothing really happened with them. So they were like, right, let's get all these people together, create this syndicate group, and then we're going to take over these fields. We're going to plant them with vines because they're going to be perfect for vines, and then we can actually use them for something because they're not very good for arable farming. So they did that, and they started planting in 2010, so a couple of years later. As I say, there's 30 acres. There's quite a lot, actually. To start with, though, they thought, we're just going to grow grapes and sell them on. We're not really fussed about making this a brand because that's quite a lot of hard work. So just do the farming side of it. So then they were like, do you know what? This is really good, like really good quality wine. And we think we will make some that's just for us and under the brand of Martin's Lane. So they did that. They've only had a couple of vintages released so far. So 2018, I believe. Yeah, so their first crop was in 2012, so 2 years after they started the planting. And the Martin's Lane own brand was in 2016 that came out. So 2018, still quite a new vintage for them. But they were just like, do you know what? We're getting such good quality. So we really want to put some of our name onto this.
Am I right that they supply Fortnum & Mason?
Yes. So their wines are in top London restaurants, a lot of local restaurants that are sort of AA Rosette and above sort of standard. And yeah, they are in Fortnum & Mason as well.
And they do still supply grapes for like premium. Yeah,
so some of the grapes they can't tell us where they go.
Secret squirrel.
Because it is super secretive, and probably because some English vineyards would love you to believe that all of their wine comes from those vines that you can see whilst you're at your tour and tasting and whatever.
It's far more romantic that way.
It is, isn't it? But
it's a better story.
If you get a bad crop, bad harvest, or you're just selling out too much, you need more grapes to make more bottles.
Sure.
You need to buy that in. But someone that we definitely do know that makes wines from these grapes is Lime Bay, because they don't grow, do they? They're a winery.
Yeah, just a winery in Devon.
So Lime Bay we know. Also, freedom of the press.
Yes. Oof, yum.
Really delicious. Do we know anyone else that uses these grapes? I don't think, not publicly.
I don't want to say in case I let out any secrets.
Yeah, no.
But I can think of a couple others.
Yeah. So interestingly, Martin's Lane are this pocket in the country, not just in Essex, but in the country, that have been identified as like a little microclimate that's perfect for growing wine.
I've got a feeling.
Grapes. Oh, let's just pick this bottle up here. They're not growing wine, they're growing grapes.
Imagine bottles just sprouted up out of the ground.
That'd be easy, wouldn't it?
I'll just one of those.
Yeah. God. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say Litmus. They're also just a winery, so I definitely can't be offending them there. And I know that they make Martin's Lanes.
They do, because it's the
wines.
cork. Shows you the Litmus brand.
Yes.
So they definitely do.
And he is a genius winemaker.
Oh, yeah.
I can't pronounce his name, but his first name is John.
John. Just John will do.
He's a genius.
So, yeah, they sell a load of, obviously, their grapes, but they make a very, very small amount of bottles.
So they initially did it just for each other, right? For their own pleasure.
Yeah, because they loved it.
Yeah.
And, like, they were just, why not?
And then I think maybe they were like, guys, this is really good shit.
Really good, yeah.
And we could probably get a bit more money if we sold them.
Yeah. And as I say, there have been people that have, actually, scientific people, not just us saying, these grapes must be really good because the wine's great.
Scientific people like Dr. Alistair Nesbitt.
That's it. That's it. So they have actually visited and they're like, this is a perfect little place.
Yes.
You know, you've got these slopes, beautiful, the south facing, beautiful. One thing about that site is that they're just off the River Crouch, which is tidal. So that tidal element, yes, keeps the air moving, and it makes it extremely unlikely that these vines will ever be affected by frost. And that's
because they've got their own air conditioning,
airflow just going around with that tide moving in and out. It's going to pull it in and out. Yeah. And so that's something that English winemakers and growers really struggle with, is these late frosts that we have. So you can be in April, maybe even sometimes beginning of May, and still be getting frosts. Yeah. And that's really dangerous.
It's a battle. It's a vineyard manager's worst nightmare. And you may have seen in France, it's quite common for them to light those candles, bougie candles, down the vines to keep it a bit warmer when there's chance of frost.
And it's the airflow as well, isn't it? Because obviously the candles, they're flickering, they're moving the air. That's what you want, because then the frost can't settle. Yeah, or you can get these big tow and blows, they're called, which are enormous fans that you drive out to the vineyard and turn on, and it'll just be an air conditioning unit, an air conditioning fan above the vines, which are incredible things to see. So yeah, it's a big deal, frost. Not a problem for these guys. No. And so that's how they can get these great yields, great quality, because they're just not really affected by that massive issue that a lot of other vineyards have. So regularly, because they're in this perfect little site of sun and the cool breeze and all these wonderful things added together, they will be getting wines that regularly go for 13 to 13.5% on the back of the label. This one I've spotted is 12.5. So that's
still good.
It's still really good for an English wine, but
10-11 is far more common.
Oh yeah, because it's so cool here. So yeah, they're regularly getting, I checked on their website yesterday actually, and a lot of the wines that they've got for sale right now are 13 and 13.5%.
It's amazing, really.
Mental, absolutely mental.
So the heat, it's the heat, isn't it? Not the sun.
Yeah, the sugar sort of content in the grape,
Gotcha. So, the heat and the sun, I suppose, ripens it, and the hotter and the sunnier it gets, the more sugars are made in the wines, and that equates to more alcohol content at the end of it. And, you know, like a really hot climate wine could have a percentage of up to like 16%. Like that's obviously really, really high. Yeah. And then a really cool climate wine, I mean, sometimes they're like 8-9%. They can be really low. Yeah. But the standard for England is like 10-11. Yeah. So this is high for England, which is great. It just shows like you say, it's the ideal spot. Yeah. The grapes are growing to like optimal, because I don't really like, if it's a too high alcohol, sometimes that can be difficult to balance. You don't want to be tasting the alcohol when you're drinking a wine. It's definitely not the reason that you're drinking it. You're drinking it to taste all the aromas that the wine and the terroir have produced. So yeah, they've got it spot on. And I remember, like, it's one of my favourite memories of going there, that Roy Martin, whose home is there, and he and his wife started it all, didn't they? Yeah. When he was telling us the story of Dr. Alistair Nesbitt's research into it's actually into all of England, pinpointing the perfect spot, and he just had us on the end of a thread. We were all just like, yeah.
Then what did he say?
Tell me more. And then he goes, and then, you know, the perfect spot, do you know where that was? And we were like, where?
Tell us, where could it be? We were like, oh, maybe, you know, Sussex with the chalk, or, you know, like giving all these examples. And he was like, no,
it's 100 yards that way. Oh, we were like, wow.
And then he was like, come and see it.
This is amazing.
Like, yes. And actually they're saying, as France gets too hot, obviously the heat seems to be rising, doesn't it? So,
and we're on the edge, because historically it's been 30, 50 longitude, latitude, whatever they call it.
I can't remember.
Something to do with the equator. There's a line around the world, and if you and only between those two lines, can you make wine? Yeah. And we're like right at the top somewhere.
But now,
if it's
rising,
then we're going to be all right.
And that's why, well, some of the issues we were talking on the last episode about Burgundian wines, and people saying, you know, if you can find a Burgundian wine now for this price, buy, because it's getting more and more expensive, because it's getting harder and harder to
out
produce.
Of anyone's reach.
Yeah,
it's just not going to be financially viable unless you're seriously wealthy.
So what we would recommend is buy a lot of Crouch Valley wine. This region is perfect, and they have looked at sort of protecting that region, haven't they? You know how you get like PDOs, and
but it's interesting that actually some places, I can't remember their view on it, but some places are against it, because then it comes with a lot of other rules. And part of the beauty of English wine is there are few rules. Yeah. So winemakers can, you know, do what they like and make whatever style of wine they want and call it whatever they want within reason. So some people are like, oh no, don't make such and such a PDO, because there's a lot of fuss about the Sussex PDO, isn't there? That some people aren't included because of silly little terms and conditions that you have to fulfill to call yourself Sussex wine or something stupid like that. Yeah. I don't know. It's all very political.
Yeah. And so we have always been a major sort of ambassador, I guess, for still wines in England, because most people think, oh, English sparkling wine. They never consider that we can also make really good still wines. And then we're from Essex, and so when people are like, oh, Essex wine, immediately, obviously, our ears sort of listen in a little closer. So then when we found Essex wine, still wine, that someone actually qualified says is really good. We're like, see, we knew, we told you. And then when they're doing things like making a white Pinot, it's something that's so interesting and different. And I love this sort of stuff because you can take it to a dinner party and go, look at this, it's really interesting. And it's only in Chelmsford. And, you know, they're making these incredible wines. It's in Fortnum and Mason. And like, it's incredible, like having all of this sort of stuff behind you that you can just churn out when you're giving this to someone. So it's
lovely
great
to have a story. I do think it really improves a wine. You know, I know everything's psychological, though, isn't it?
Yeah, you're buying the story.
Exactly.
As well as buying the actual flavour.
It's the same for food as well. You know, it means a lot, and it improves my enjoyment of a wine for sure.
Yeah,
to know all about it.
And what I really enjoy about this kind of a wine is it's not a Bacchus. Do you know what I mean by saying that? There are so many people.
Yes, no, go on.
There are so many people in this country that either want to plant a vineyard or have that vineyard there, and they create really good Bacchus. But that is one flavour profile. So what I really enjoy about this is that it's not that flavour profile.
Yes.
It's richer, it's creamier, it's giving you more. And but yet it's still a cool climate wine. It's not like this big, bold, punch you in the face American Chardonnay or something, This is that amazing middle ground. And actually, just last night, I had a Chardonnay from Burgundy, and it was beautiful.
Yes.
But this, just as beautiful.
Oh,
and it's English, it's down the road, it's a family business, it's all of these lovely families and friends coming together just to make something.
So many people are late to the party.
Oh, I know. So I just wanted to
come to the party, everybody.
Come on in.
Come on. We're here.
The wine's great.
Yeah, it really is.
So again, I don't want to get too technical because it's all about the wine and the flavour and who you're enjoying it with. But I just wanted to talk about the soil very, very quickly.
Oh, okay.
They are on clay.
Clay.
Which, as someone that has a clay garden now, I understand the struggles of clay.
Oh, okay.
I was on chalk before, now I'm on clay. Clay loves a bit of water, doesn't it? When it rains,
holds onto it, right?
Oh,
stashes the water.
Oh, it's a puddle for weeks. But
so slopes.
Yes, beautiful. And because Chelmsford isn't that far away from London, you get all that sort of lovely London clay coming out. Yeah. And the beauty of this exact site is that it couldn't really be farmed for so many years. So, as most people will know, every time you farm, so sometimes you'll see a fallow field. That's a field that has been left for a reason, because every time you farm, you're taking some nutrients out of that field and out of the soil.
Such good info.
So sometimes the farmers have to leave a field fallow, which means they're just going to leave it to, be whatever it wants to be, because the nutrients need a bit of time. Just like people, sometimes we need to rest,
recuperate,
come back better afterwards.
Yes.
But this field had ages of just doing resting.
So it was so ready.
God, it was just beautiful. And they said, so when they looked at the actual soil, they had a massive layer of organic, fertile soil. Then it went to clay, which is perfect for vines, because vines typically
go deep.
Yeah, they'd send down this sort of tapping root down into the soil to find some water. And that's because, if you're on chalk, for instance, water just falls right out of it, doesn't hold on.
So you need
it sends that tapping root down. This soil, water, abundant, but it's got that thick layer of so nutrient soil, just loving life. So they planted these vines and they were like, this is the good stuff. We're good. We've got water. We've got fertile soil. We've got it all.
Perfect.
So I do think...
And that is why I'm pretty sure Crouch Valley is the most densely vined
area. Densely vined population. It's got a population of vines.
And it's certainly the only place that I've been to where we've been to some big vineyards as well, but it's the only one that I've been to that I've stood on a hill and I've looked that way, vines, that way, vines, behind me, vines, in front of me, vines, hills and hills of vines. And it really does feel like I could be anywhere in the world. Yeah. Or does it? It feels like I could be in Crouch Valley, Essex, because that is what it is.
Beautiful. And this particular vineyard, you stand at the top, you look down the fields of vines, and then there's the river Crouch. It's like, there it is. There's boats. It's beautiful, isn't it?
There is a Crouch Valley Tours.
Exactly. I was just about to point people to the tours,
Yes,
tastings. They're lovely people.
Yeah,
you will
wonderful
go
people.
and you will learn so much. They honestly can't give you enough information, but it's not snooty, it's not dry. You know, they're not just going to talk about the soil type the whole time. They're normal people that just want you to have a great time.
Really easy to talk to and really passionate about what they do.
Love it.
You know, you can't really wish for any more than that, can you?
No, they're amazing people, amazing wine, amazing area.
I'm sure they put on a good spread.
Oh, I've seen those charcuterie boards.
Woohoo!
Oh, yes, please, sign me up. So, do you have any more questions about white wines that are made from a red wine grape?
I don't think I do. I think we've covered everything.
I think so.
I feel like I'm thoroughly educated in white wines from red wine grapes.
Yeah.
As well as sparkling whites in general. My mind has been blown. As well as Martin's Lane, as well as Crouch Valley, Essex.
Yeah.
And decanting.
Yes. It's such a good
We need to do this all
to
the
test
time.
that out and see what the particular wine brings in a decanter. So we've got 3 wines on our website right now that are in stock.
That are still Blanc de Noirs.
Yeah. So
I will link them.
Yes, she will. Maybe. Martin's Lane Pinot Noir, Blanc de Noirs.
Which is this one.
This one is lovely. Litmus White Pinot. Also delish. And the Simpsons, so slightly different grape this time. It's called Derringstone. Comes in a beautiful bottle, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like really wide base, and then
super skinny.
Woo. Yeah,
and then
you have to go and look at it because us going woo doesn't really do it justice.
No.
Oh yes, glass cork.
Glass cork. You can't even put a cork, can you? Because cork itself is wood.
True. Yes, for sure.
I'll
glass
just do this.
Stopper. Cork.
Yeah, so they're the 3 wines. That one's made from Pinot Meunier, so Pinot Noir. So go and try them. They're really, really good. But also we have got a blog on our website. I'm not trying to push this down your throat at all, but in case you want to read something instead of listen to something or watch something, we do have a blog that you can read, send to people and be like, oh my God, I'm going to have to show you this.
I'll move it to the homepage.
Yeah.
I can do that.
I
moved the pizza one to the homepage. So.
I, like a couple of years ago, literally like a year, 2 years ago, whenever it was, didn't really even come up on my radar that you could or would want to make a white wine from a red wine grape. I just thought like, yeah, I mean, great, red wine, grape, red
just
wine.
Didn't register.
Like, I was in my lane, you know?
Yeah.
Got to open up.
Yeah,
your thought process and think
you
about
were
these things.
Big Chardonnay.
Oh, yeah.
Chardonnay's #1 fan.
I think white Pinot. Yeah,
more than
certainly more than some Chardonnay. Yeah.
I'm speechless.
Certainly ones that taste like this. I mean, I don't care what they call it. If it tastes like this, I'm drinking it.
Oh, I'm with you on that.
So yeah. That's it.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
I really hope people go out there and try a white wine from a red wine grape. And hopefully it'll be English and you'll give these English wines a try.
Yeah, I want to know as well. Comment. Tell me what good ones have you tried. I want to know.
Because we only have those 3.
Yeah.
If people are bringing more to the still wine party, we want to know about them.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much. We really hope you try it. But we really want you to comment or message us or whatever it might be.
Give us some feedback, guys.
Yeah, to tell us what do you want us to do next. Anything. Could be crazy stuff like putting English sparkling wine in a decanter.
Oh, and also our next
episode.
My God,
I'm so excited about this.
There's no pressure on either of us.
Woo, we're going to kick back.
The difference between being the presenter and being just,
well, you
enjoyer.
Can tell by the amount we drink. Like, you've drunk loads.
Oh,
and I'm like,
having the time
wait
of my
for me.
life over here. Next time, we're both going to just be like,
cheers.
Yeah, you take over, Tori.
So some of you who have been following us on socials for a while may already know Tori. Tori, the wine bub, is going to be our guest next week.
Guest presenter.
Yeah, she's taking over. We're just
Where is she
going to
sit? In the middle?
Oh, in the middle.
It's got to be in the middle. Front and centre.
Yeah.
She's
going to be
taking
over. She's got incredible experience of English wine and wine in general. So she used to work for a local vineyard to us that we were actually drinking last week, Saffron Grange Vineyard. She's then also worked for wine merchants. She's done wine exams, like crazy amount of wine exams. Now she works for Berry Bros in London, and she is just storming that wine world. So we were like, hold on a minute, Tori, come back here.
Yes, we're big fans of Tori.
She helped us actually launch our rosé, the Pinot Noir rosé, which I think we've got like literally 2 bottles left of or something, which we might just drink ourselves.
I mean, I've literally put one in the fridge.
So again, another example of Pinot Noir that's not a red. So yeah, she helped us launch all of that, and she's coming back. She'll be on the podcast, on the YouTube series.
I wonder what she's going to do.
We have no idea.
We don't know what she's going to do.
But she teased us yesterday, didn't she? She was like, you are not ready for this. Like, just you wait. I expect to genuinely be completely outwined by her because...
yeah, I'm sure whatever she does, we're going to be like, I don't know.
Yeah. We'll be learning along with everyone else because she is the wine expert. So... yeah, definitely tune into that one because that's going to be
it's going to be good.
Amazing. But otherwise, we'll see you next week. Talk to us. I'm not. I need to be empty.
Cheers, you anyway.
Oh, cheers. Cheers, guys. See you next week.
Bye.